Welcome to Bahamian Mathematics. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share to see more videos like this one. In today's video, we ask the question, what are complementary and supplementary angles? You will have to remember the numbers 90 and 180 degrees to get through this. Let's take a look. Let's look first at this angle. What kind of angle is this? This is a right angle, and we know right angles have 90 degrees. A right angle has 90 degrees. What happens if we divide the angle into two separate parts, and we call this part A, angle A, and this part angle B? If we separate them, we can see this is angle A, and this is angle B, and if we put them next to each other, we see they again form the right angle that we started out with. And so we can say angle A plus angle B is equal to 90 degrees. That's a rule we have to remember. These two angles now are called complementary angles. When two angles add up to give you 90 degrees, we call them complementary angles. Again, here's a right angle, and if we separate it into two separate angles, this being A and this being B, we can see this time A is a little bit bigger than in the previous slide. But again, we use the formula A plus B equals 90, because no matter how we separate them, they are both in a right angle, and therefore they both add up to 90. When a right angle is divided into two angles, like this, and one is a known angle, in this case 60 degrees, and the other one is an unknown angle, and we'll call that one A, we can find the missing angle A in this case by using subtraction. And first of all, we will write the formula. A plus B equals 90. And so A is the unknown. It's always good to start off with the unknown and then add the one that we know. In this case, we know the second angle is 60. So A plus 60 equals 90. And now we use subtraction to find the size of A. If A plus 60 equals 90, we've used up 60 degrees already, then we say A equals 90, take away 60, and the answer is 30 degrees. We're left with an angle of 30 degrees, so A is 30 degrees. We can see that 30 plus 60 is 90. Let's try another one. Here's a right angle. We know that has 90 degrees. We'll separate it into two angles. This one we will call H. We don't know the size of that yet. And this is 56 degrees. And again, we can find the missing angle using subtraction. And we always start off by writing a formula that we know. And we say A plus B equals 90. Now that's just a formula. You'll see in the question it says H. It can be any letter of the alphabet. The A plus B equals 90 is a formula that we start out with. And now we substitute. We start off with the unknown, which will say H, plus the known angle 56 equals 90. And again, we use subtraction. H is now equal to 90. Take away 56, which is 34 degrees. And so H is 34 degrees. Let's turn the angle upside down. This is a little different to how we're used to seeing it, but this is a 90-degree angle nonetheless. Let's divide it into two separate angles. This is 23 degrees. This is y degrees, the unknown. We can find the missing angle by subtracting. We state the formula first, A plus B equals 90, and we substitute. The missing angle is y, plus the known angle of 23 equals 90. Through subtraction, y equals 90, take away 23, and let's do the math on the side just to be sure. 90 take away 23. First of all, we start in the ones column. 0 can't take away 3, and so we go next door to the tens column, where we take 1 from the 9, we make that 8, and we add 10 to the ones column. This is now 10. 10 took away 3 now is 7, 8 take away 2 is 6. So y is equal to 67 degrees. That is now our answer. 67 plus 23 is 90. Let's take a look at this angle now. This looks a little different than before. It's not a right angle, but it is 180 degrees, and we call that a straight angle. If we divide that into two separate angles, this being A, this being B, we know that A plus B now in this case is not 90 because a straight angle is 180. A plus B equals 180. And these are called supplementary angles. Before, when the angles added up to 90, they were called complementary. These are now supplementary because they add up to 180 degrees. You will need to remember this as well. And so when a straight angle is divided into two angles, we can find the missing angle again through subtraction. Here's a straight angle, 180 degrees. If we divide it into two angles, this one being A, this one being 120, we can use subtraction, but first we write the formula. A plus B equals 180. The unknown is A, but the known is 120. A plus 120 equals 180. We use subtraction. A equals 180, take away 120, and now A is 60 degrees. And 60 plus 120 is 180. How about this one? Here's a straight angle. We know that's 180 degrees. If we divide it now into two separate angles, this angle being G, unknown, this angle being 72, known, how do you find the angle G? Well, we know this is a straight angle, and so both angles add up to 180. So we write that. A plus B equals 180. And the unknown is G, plus the known is 72, equals 180. We can find the missing angle by using subtraction, and so G equals 180, take away 72, G equals 108 degrees. 108 plus 72 equals 180. So here's what we've learned. When we have a right angle and we divide it into two separate angles, both angles add up to 90 degrees. These angles are called complementary angles. When we have a straight angle, a 180 degree angle, and we divide it into two separate angles, both of those angles add up to 180 degrees. They are called supplementary angles. And now it's quiz time. Are the following angles complementary or supplementary? You have 5 seconds to answer. 60 and 30 degrees. Time's up. The answer is complementary. 60 degrees plus 30 degrees give us 90 degrees. Two angles that add up to 90 degrees are complementary. Question 2. Are the following angles complementary or supplementary? You have 5 seconds. Time's up. This angle looks like a straight angle, which means it is 180 degrees, and two angles that add up to 180 degrees are supplementary. Question 3. Are the following angles complementary or supplementary? 110 and 70. Time's up. Let's add them together. 110 plus 70 gives us 180 degrees, which means they are supplementary angles. And question 4, are the following angles complementary or supplementary? You have 5 seconds. And time's up. This looks like a right angle, and two angles in a right angle will add up to 90 degrees, which makes them complementary angles. And now you've solved the mystery of how to determine complementary and supplementary angles. Well done.